I gave you the point.
I didn't know. It's been a minute. I didn't know about the point.
We are live on air, sir. Go.
Hi. I don't see a picture. You see something?
Take it off because it's going to play. Take it off there because we're going to hear it. They're going to hear it. There you go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hump. Brand new for 2021. I am Franchise Cam. On Love is in the building. What's up with you, fam?
Salute. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back.
Man, this is so different, man. It's been a minute, man. We took the whole Donald Trump presidency off. So now we're back. Off. So, I mean, that's cool. I mean, before we even get into like any topics or anything, Goldie, you back there, right?
He can hear you.
We had a little issue.
Yeah, I'm back here.
Okay, so check this out. Check this out. Me and Mom was talking about this last week, and he probably ain't gonna take credit for it right now.
What I do?
just let me finish. We just have a no. See. We have a problem. No, mainly him.
You're supposed to ask him off air.
No, we on air. He's like, like we call you Goldie.
Listen,
so
listen. We having this conversation. He like, yeah, we got to pay Goldie the money. I said, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I said, hold on.
It's almost like we getting pimped.
I can't call him Goldie to you over the phone talking about money. So we got to figure out, like, we got to call you something like Anthony or Tone, like DJ Goldie Montana. But off the air, you got to let us know your government.
Yeah, he wants to know your real name.
It's not a mystery.
And also.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Because I'm just saying,
I'll be more than happy to share that information with y'all.
I'm saying
we actually be on the contract you'll be signing after the show.
we on the phone talking about, we got to hook up with Goldie. We got to get Goldie this money. We got to do this for Goldie. I'm like, the FBI agent listening to this is probably like, who the?
And then it'll help. I mean, hurt that you got like an old school Cadillac now. I'm just saying.
Money. We got to get Goldie.
So exactly.
Right.
Like, I don't need nobody in the streets like you. So you work for Goldie? Like,
but I'm about to have this mic over the big squeeze.
Squeeze, what up, man?
Yeah, let us know, Eugene, Montana. I'm just gonna make up names until you tell us what it is.
All right, man. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in this week, man. We got a nice show for you today. We got a sponsor.
Sponsors.
So we're going to get into that a little bit later. But first and foremost, we hope that everybody is healthy with like the corona stuff going on. Please stay healthy as we don't have masks on, but we kind of got them on or whatever and stuff. Please stay healthy. But like the thing that's really like on our minds this week is we want to talk about the George Floyd trial. Like, so we've been off the air for, I don't know how long it's been. It's been over a year. Right. Probably close to 2 years.
Right.
So we missed a lot of like the social events that happened or whatever and stuff. And like George Floyd thing.
Same stuff that was going on. We were on air before.
So right now the trial's going on, and me and Mr. Love was talking about this last week. I'm scared. Like, I'm really, really scared. Like, everybody thinks it's a slam dunk. This guy's going to go to jail, and everything's going to be great, and like he's going to be in prison getting raped and all that kind of stuff. I, on the other hand, hope that he goes to jail. Mm-hmm. But if he does not go to jail, I feel like they're going to burn Minnesota down, man.
As they fucking should.
Thanks. But I think this time, well, if they burn it down, people are going to die. Like, I think black people are going to die, as well as other people, because of the Capitol riot stuff. Mm-hmm. They can't let it happen again.
That's fine. Black people are already dying.
Are you going?
We're dying. We're dying.
Y'all go die.
We're dying for nothing. Might as well die for something.
Are you going? Would you go?
Would I go?
Yeah.
No. It depends. Depends on the day.
Like if you're off, I mean, would you take time off to go and burn Minnesota down? I mean,
that will probably be a little, like, I wouldn't do, that would be a little too chaotic for me. Like I want to be more calculated. Like if they just go and start burning stuff down, like I can't be a part of that. I would condone it. I wouldn't condemn it. I would condone it, but I don't know if I can be a part of it.
You the guy like FedEx and lighter fluid?
Yeah, I can't be a part of that. But it depends on how I felt. Like this, stuff like this has been happening for so long to our people. And people are tired. And then like we talked about, dude, this younger generation now, dude, they not fucking having it.
And they don't care.
Right. So I'm like,
they don't care.
I'm like, yo,
it's like the perfect storm for them. Like
right. But if I thought that my participation can push forward change or can be part of something revolutionary, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, so I'm gonna kind of put you on blast here.
What's that? Go ahead.
Like with the way your knee's situated, you don't need to be going to riots.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I'm good now.
Because sometimes you got to get away. Like you don't really need to be in no riots because like you really got caught.
No, so, I mean, for me, like it's kind of like American Skin. If I go to that, I don't expect to come back.
See, okay, all right. So let's go back in history when the George Floyd thing happened.
Okay.
Of course, like we talked a couple times, like when it was going down or whatever. Your initial mind state was what? Like after watching him die, because it was different than Eric Gardner, because that was like it was still the same results, but it was just more graphic. It
was again, like just
right.
Again,
like, but I mean, but what stood out? Did anything stand out differently from George Floyd to any of the other people killed by police officers to you?
The fact that for some reason, even before I found out he was affiliated with Stephen Jackson, for some reason, it felt like this one hit a lot more people closer to home. Like it felt like a person everybody knew, and everybody just kind of took to it. Like they just kind of felt for it. I think it was kind of like, I think the thing that did it was him crying out for his mom. Mm-hmm. And that brought
that's what my mother said to me.
That got people emotionally involved in it, and then you found out he's like actually, it's the thing where it's kind of like Training Day when they said Denzel killed the dude. So you found out that that nobody is a somebody. Now you found out this dude has, he has reach, and he actually has ties to the community. He actually has famous friends, and it's like, oh, like kind of like, yeah, we. So for some reason, like I said before all that, it felt a little bit more personal, a little bit more intimate, and then you kind of find the story plays out. You're like, oh, this might gain some traction, and this might actually be different. So it felt different, but at first, honestly, for a long time, I got to the point where I wouldn't even watch stuff like that. So it took me a while to watch it, but just listening to the story. But like the actual story was kind of like, again, like it happens. Every year, there's like a little 3 to 6 month period when they just kill niggas on tape.
Now
for sport.
So walk me through you emotionally, comparing that to the Breonna Taylor situation.
Emotionally,
yeah. I mean, because
Breonna Taylor was different, like because as a man, I think as a black man, you take those chances. This was a woman they killed in her own bed. Like we're supposed to protect that. So you're not only taking our manhood by killing us, you're eliminating something else that we can't even protect our women at home. And they were not in the club. They were not doing nothing. They were at home in the bed. And then the fact that the police identified that there was a soft target in the home. So a soft target means a child, a woman, or somebody elderly. They identified that and still served a false warrant and went in there guns blazing. It's like basically, it's like fuck you, fuck y'all. Like we don't care about y'all. So just that emotionally, like I just kind of made you kind of cynical for a little bit. Kind of made you like this is just what they doing. And it's the same thing. I wish somebody would start doing it to them.
Okay, so the George Floyd thing, kind of like watching it, it's like almost like so I've been in situations where I watch police or just, let's not even say police, like people fighting. Like you come out the store, you see a fight and people grab the cameras, whatever and stuff. And to watch this situation, I think for me, the way it escalated from beginning to end was because it was like a whole story. Like with Eric Gardner, you saw the end.
Right.
Breonna Taylor, you didn't see anything but the results at the end. And, we can go on and on and on about, in situations where people were killed or whatever. But this one, it was like a storyboard.
Right.
And they showed everything, and then the end was the end. It was like Spike Lee shot it. You know what I mean? It was like
because like I said, they had a couple different angles, and then
Yeah,
the girl that
like-
shot the girl that was crying out for them not to kill him, the dude that was crying out for them not to kill him, the dude that was talking to the cops. It was just like you said. I agree. It was kind of like written.
yeah, it was like
And
live
it's like,
footage.
It's kind of
And,
like here's everything you need to send to convict them. What are you gonna do with it?
And I remember at the time, because I was at another establishment, I worked at another job than I do now currently, and I remember some of my co-workers who aren't bad guys, they were another race, and they were like, yo, I don't understand, I'm trying to understand why y'all would tear your own neighborhood up because you live there. Why would you tear your stuff up, And I said, listen, imagine somebody killing your brother. And I said, and then imagine killing your brother, another brother. Then imagine killing another brother. I said, at some point in time, it's just blind rage. And it's like, I had enough. And the one guy was like, yeah, I see what you're saying now. And also, before I move past this, I think that the George Floyd thing humanized police brutality. Now, that it wasn't always happening because it was shot. Because, it's crazy. Like, you think about the life of Malcolm X or the life of Sam Cooke or the life of any black leaders or whatever stuff. Your mother could tell you about them, and it'll resonate with you. But when people see the movie, though, they like, man.
Right.
You remember we was having this conversation about the Central Park 5 on air.
Yeah.
And people were just like, huh.
Yeah.
But then when they come out with the movie, now everybody's like,
everybody's
hey.
invested, like, yeah.
We were talking about Central Park 5
And that's why I
years
said
ago.
there's things that we've talked about on air 5-10 years ago that people are just now.
And now it's like they see it. And then now
What?
it's almost like you see it and you can't not be outraged, especially around people. You got to make it, even if you're not outraged, you got to act like you're outraged.
Hey, I
not
think
even
it,
that.
I mean,
Go
cut you
ahead.
off.
Go.
Cam, let them know, man. It's easy for us to riot in our own neighborhoods when we don't own none of this shit.
But even that, you got to think that, even just think logical, my logical mind, it's a proximity crime. I get mad at my girl, I punch my wall. I don't go to my neighbor's house and punch his fucking wall. It's proximity, it's right there. Boom, boom, boom. You get mad, you're not going to drive 20 minutes to riot or loot. You're going to do it right then and there. It's like I said,
Especially with the price of gas.
I mean, but say it's already it's already the gas. It's already you just wait for that spark. It's all if you lived in the hood or at any time of your life, it's always snap a finger away from something big happening. The powder is always there. You just need the spark in the hood. Period.
Well, the George Floyd murder, let's just call it what it is. The
Yeah,
George
it's a
Floyd murder definitely unified a lot of people.
It did.
And I'm probably about to offend some people with my next statements. But like even the stuff that's happening right now with the Asian Americans right now, and then please, I don't wish death on anybody, like nobody. But like I'm watching AMC the other day, and they ran a commercial and said we stand with the Asian community. Like I'm like, huh? I'm like, I mean, how many black people? We ain't never seen no commercial. It was like 30 seconds, and I was like, wait a minute. It's like 8 people got killed. Like, and it's I try not to like judge other situations with our situation because, like, as somebody said, we weren't African Americans. We were imports. You know what I mean? We were imported. You know what I mean? So we're not like immigrants. We're imported, and like our plight here is different than anybody else's. A lot of other races came here on their own will,
Right.
So when I see like other people, I mean, it's like anything that happens now, they just move them to the front of the line. They just move them to the front of the line. It's like, you know what?
But we're in that era now where like stuff like that happening. Because like you said, once everything finally caught up to. I hate to use the Black Lives Matter, but once everybody finally caught up to that movement, then it became trendy to do stuff like that. It became trendy to hashtag stuff and speak out on things. And not to say these things shouldn't be spoken out on or these things shouldn't be taken seriously, but it's on two separate levels when you're trying to move when you're trying to move forward a whole race of oppressed people, as opposed to, a few, I don't want to say isolated crimes.
Part of y'all don't feel like it's their time.
It's definitely
they been
their
here
time.
a long time and they never had no problems with nobody. They got a little comfortable, man. They thought they were white low key.
Well, the thing, but the thing,
reminder.
but the thing is, if we look back at some of the tape and some of the film, and like you said, I'm just going to speak my truth. I see more cases of Asians abusing Africans than Asians being abused.
There we go.
We've seen these cases of Asians dragging black women in these stores by their hair and throwing them out their store and beating people. Like, we've seen these stories. What happened to that? Like, I don't.
But at the same time, I do remember when the George Floyd thing was like fresh in everybody's like mind or whatever. There was like, because I'm so serious. I was at Long John Silver's. And I remember because I was like, I just wanted like 3 planks and some fries. That's all I wanted, right? And I was about to order, and this lady said, white lady looked at me. She said, "I don't even know what to say to you." She's like, my heart goes to you, like I don't know what to say to you. And she said, "Can I buy you dinner?" And I'm serious. She was an older lady. She was like, with her family, whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, give me that 10-piece." I'm serious. I was like, "Give me a 10." Because I only had enough for the 5. But it was a lot of that, because I'd be running and they would be blowing their horns. Like, as I'm jogging, blowing their horns, like waving and stuff. And I'm like, but it took that to get you here?
Because they're so comfortable in their privilege.
But like I said, I'm not saying anything negative about the Asians. I don't. No,
it's not nothing negative. I'm
it's
just
saying,
like,
but it's funny how they move people.
That's your plight. I get, like, everybody should be treated equal. Nobody should be attacked just because they're a certain race. I don't agree with that, but that's your, like,
and then the one guy,
that's your plight.
But the one black guy beat up the Asian chick. He stumped and kicked her up the road, and I was like, "Why are you mad at?"
But it's a thing that we're so eager to help when we've been doing it on our own for so fucking long. That's their fight. Let them have their fight. We haven't finished our fight. Well, nobody stops fighting who they're going to fight another fight. That doesn't make sense.
And I know, and I've said this to you before, and I said it to a lot of people. Like right now, well, I mean, not right now, but back when George Floyd stuff was like Breonna Taylor and like some of the other people, when it was happening, and I said, all right, so we like in the spotlight like right now in a different kind of way, because I really felt like when the George Floyd thing was going on, it's been so much thing with Tamir Rice and Trayvon Martin and all this kind of stuff, and this time I felt like the needle was moving. Now, it might not have moved to full, but I felt like it moved. Like before, it
definitely moved. Well, like you said, I think all these things are coming to a head. Like you said, you have these young people that are hearing about all these things that, if we're being frank, that our generation let fucking slide.
Because we wasn't burning down nothing.
Yeah, we let it slide.
We weren't burning down nothing.
So many people was for whatever reasons,
This is how we ride.
We were comfortable.
We would go for a march and be like, man, I got to work Monday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like
we were comfortable because, like you said, we were comfortable with the scraps the government, the country was giving us. We're comfortable, in our middle class neighborhoods and our management positions. We were comfortable in that because we were fine. That's more. Our generation has been seeing more money than the previous generations have been seeing. So we were comfortable. So when this new generation came along,
they was at home
and saw
because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
they wasn't working.
But it's part of,
and it was
it's part of, dude. It's part of the social media. It's part of the participation trophy generation. But it's like they're looking at it as like, dude, we're not supposed to be getting scraps. We're supposed to have a piece of the fucking pie. They're what do they call it? They're entitled and they want it, and I'm glad for it. They want, and the only thing they're asking is for fucking equality. Yeah. Treat me the same.
But I mean, like,
give me give me the same. And so, dude, it's so simple, but yet it's so revolutionary. But it took all of us to get to this point. But we're at a point where things really are changing.
But I do also think that things like with the Asians and with the transgenders and with all these different groups and stuff.
God bless them, but it's their fight.
But I mean, it's to me. I told a lot of black people when it was going on, like, whatever you can get out of this moment, get it out of the moment, because there ain't no telling. I mean, if somebody kill a baby giraffe would be on the TV for the next 3 weeks, and everybody be donating the baby giraffes, man. I mean, this culture right now is microwavable.
But if it takes that to move, like I said, if it takes that to move the needle, if it takes that to move the culture forward, I'll take it.
So
If they just said you can't have any of it, or you'll get this, but you got to bring this. If you got to bring your little brother with you to go play basketball, well, come on.
So what do you think is next?
It's gonna get. I mean, what everybody says, it's gonna get a lot uglier on both sides. But I think now it's gonna be casualties on both sides.
It's definitely people are definitely if especially if he's not found, like you were saying the other day, we need a win.
Yeah,
but if he's found not guilty, or if he's found not if anything other than murder, they're gonna burn it down. Like
most of the time, it's never murder because they plea it, so it's gonna be plea.
Let me ask you a question though. Is this something was kind of weird to me when they broke them off like 27 mil before the trial start. I mean,
does that grease the tracks a little bit?
I mean, you couldn't wait. I mean, to me,
to me,
I'm not saying it wasn't worth it, or he should have got more.
To me, from the outside looking in, with the police chief, with the settlement, it kind of looks like they're distancing themselves from him, for whatever happens to him.
But have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen any other cases at all? Even the Breonna Taylor case or whatever and stuff. You ever seen them give him the money that fast? Like before even a trial date, it was like, all right, well, we just decided to give him this 27 mil, just to, I don't know. I mean, it just struck me the wrong.
I think they're smart.
I'm not saying they didn't want their money.
They're smart enough to know that even if that softens the impact for them, it doesn't do it for the world. It doesn't do it for the country. I'm
not blaming the people.
If he doesn't go to jail, there's going to be blowback. Now, how much it is, I don't know. But if he doesn't go, there's going to be fucking blowback. So are they prepared to deal with that? That's the thing.
I almost feel like they go riot anyway, even if they do find him guilty. I mean, I feel like something's going to happen. I feel like something's going to happen.
I'm for it.
So, all right. So, I know with your children and like with my daughters or whatever and stuff. So if your daughter comes to you and she goes, Dad, I'm going down to Minnesota for the verdict, or your son, I'm going to Minnesota for the verdict, what is your message to them?
If it's something they wholeheartedly want to do, then I wouldn't be comfortable. I'll probably try to talk them out of it. But if it's something they believe, if it's something that they feel, then like no matter what, we're talking my kids. No matter what my kids choose, I taught them to make good decisions and deal with the consequences of your decisions. So I'm going to support their decision, but I would definitely try to discourage them. That's not a safe environment. It's going to be a war zone.
But you would go, but you wouldn't be comfortable with them going.
No.
Okay,
there's a lot of things I would do that I wouldn't be comfortable with my children doing.
Okay.
Just for it, but like you said, I'm just different, dude. If I don't speak stuff like that into the universe, but if I felt like I could change the world or save my kids with my life, then I would do it. If I felt like I can make the world a better place for your child with my life, I would do it. But of course, as a father, I don't want to see my kids make that sacrifice. There's a difference between being 45 and 25 or 20. Okay. So I've done enough. I've lived enough to know if I can make a change for the things that we go through, then I would do it. But
the only reason I ask that is because it's almost like we're fighting the way we know how to fight.
Right.
We can't be out in the streets throwing rocks at tanks and Molotov cocktails and all that kind of stuff.
But that's the thing. I'm definitely not a soldier anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have that. Like, I could try, but I'll be I'm like at the bus stop with my hands on my knees going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm definitely not a soldier anymore.
But it's kind of their war now.
It is, but I can't not participate if I can't just think I'm going to reap the benefits of.
No, I'm not saying it for nothing. I'm saying if they wanted to go, like if my oldest daughter, even my youngest daughter to a certain extent, she would probably.
It's to the point now. Would I go out and actively vandalize and do the police no. Would I be a stop on the Underground Railroad if they went on a run? Of course.
But here's the thing. I think one thing that kind of came out of this situation,
Would I help fund it? Of course.
With the older generation, our generation, whatever and stuff. I hate to say it, we didn't do enough. We didn't do enough. Now maybe some people done more. Maybe people have done a lot. But as a whole, we didn't do enough. This is showing me that we didn't do enough.
I thought we didn't do enough, but I think we did because we started to become doctors and lawyers, and a lot of people. Think of how many people in our family are first generation college graduates.
Yeah, but see, that's
our generation.
That's my educational
but I'm saying
standards.
we need all that. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need judges. We need surgeons. You need all that.
But I think
that was just our generational purpose. Like I said, we started making more money. We started getting better. We got better jobs. We got better education, and we were able to put these kids through school so they can learn more, so they can do more.
I just kind of feel like I mean. We did do that part, but I think we kind of got
you don't get where you are now without that part.
Yeah, but I think we got high off the lamb, man. I think we accomplished a lot. I'm not saying that, but I think in our accomplishments we lost fight. I think we lost fight, and we've done. God, how many shows have we done with a police officer killing somebody? I mean, we've done so many shows. I mean, in our time together about police officers killing this person, we had one here or several here. I mean, it's like we'll do the show, they'll have a march, they'll put a couple of teddy bears on a pole, you know what I mean, like, and then that'll be it. And I just feel like these kids now, this generation, they're making a difference. Like, I mean, I'm not knocking us for like what we wanted to do or what we accomplished.
Okay, and but like you said, what is the what's the caveat of them making this difference?
Okay, so let me.
They're like from the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s now. Whatever's going on, whatever you contribute, they're sailing on the ship you built.
Okay, but all right, let me put it this way. I'm gonna go about with my mother. My mother was like really an activist back in her time, like with the Panthers and all that kind of stuff. And they were ready to die for our advancement. That was their thing. It was like flat out. I don't know if a lot of people in our generation was ready to give up what they got to make a change. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the sacrifice has transcended all the way to now. You said recently that you would die if you thought it could make the world a better place. I absolutely would too. If I thought that my family would prosper from my death, I'm not just talking about financially, but like evolutionary, to another level, I absolutely would. But how many people on that ship? How many people, like you say, like work at Ford and been there 20 years, man? I can't, I got a pension. You know what I mean? And I'm saying they're wrong for it. I'm just saying going to that next level sometimes
I've said previously
takes soldiers.
I believe I said previously, maybe on this air, maybe on another. They're not the niggas I'm worried about.
They're not the cats.
Because for every one of them, there's someone else like you, like me. Like I said, there's these young cats. There are people that are ready to die for change. There's always going to be those people. Like I said, we just learned how to fight better. Like you said, now that we have these rallies or we have these protests, like I said, now we have lawyers down there to get people out of jail. We have, people that ready to give legal advice. We have people that are in the system. Like I said, we're integrated in the system now to where now you don't have to be, like I said, a soldier. You can help another way. We have people, that are, we have nutritionists. We have everybody. It takes a bunch, especially if you're talking about revolution, if you're talking about advancement. You have to have so many different things in place. Because like you said, what happens after you win the fight? What happened once the war is over? Where are these people? Where are these young people going to be able to go and find jobs? Oh, to the generation that were entrepreneurs and fucking business owners that have jobs that can bring them in or that can help them start their own business. You need it, dude. It's not just one step thing. It's a collective. So as a collective, maybe we did get a little passive. Maybe we did get a little lose some fight, but we still contribute contributed to the whole for the better.
All right, so two quick opinions I want to get from you, and then we're gonna get our guest in. What do you feel about Black Lives Matter? I mean, just the movement itself, the organization of it.
I don't support the organization. I support the actual Black Lives Matter. I support the actual words, not the organization.
And why? I mean, what? I mean,
because they have an authority. They're pushing a different agenda.
Which would be to you? What do you believe that to be?
I don't really exactly know what their exact agenda is, but it's definitely not for black males. They don't like us.
I mean, I see the rally sometimes.
It definitely is. Their Black Lives Matter organization is definitely not for heterosexual black males.
Ooh, shots fired.
That's not fire. That's the truth. Like, that's another thing. Everybody get all mad when somebody says the fucking truth. It's the truth. You go to their webpage, it basically says it. Well, fuck with y'all. We were these people. Okay. So the words cool. The organization.
What you're trying to say is Jesse Smollett.
I mean, like you said,
what's my man named Don Lemon?
The dude with the Don Lemon got a lace front fro. Number one. Number two.
Don Lemon somewhere.
Listen, dude, like I said, whatever their movement is, whatever they want to do, God bless them. It don't got nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I live and let live, but I've never felt the need to tear down something else to build myself up.
Okay, and all right, and so historically, the oppressed from every civilization, the oppressed usually turns into oppressors.
I see that. Okay.
Is that any? I mean, do you feel some kind like? I mean, we've been going through this here in this country. I can't speak for any other country. I'm just in this country for since its conception.
Listen, the one thing I know is black people don't have it in them to be oppressors.
So I know some. Never mind.
I mean, like you said, you can know a couple, and I can see that because I see black men acting like old white guys with that ideology of, like, you say, just use the example. I wouldn't hire anybody with tattoos on their face. Like, dude, you realize there was a time where somebody wouldn't hire you because you were black, like just because of your skin. So I see some of that, discrimination, but as a whole, dude, we're way too fucking forgiving. We're way too forgiving and loving, and at the bottom line, like the lady said, the clip said, dude, we just want, we want justice. We're not even looking for revenge.
Okay, I agree, but I disagree. I think that a lot of us are in that lane, but that George Floyd and them riots, they were looking for revenge, and they were out for blood. I mean, I watched them.
That's to me, that's still isolated. That's not countrywide.
They are countrywide. And we've had this conversation before off air when I was talking about like it was like the perfect cocktail of people, like young people who didn't care, and then they gave them some place to throw the rock. While I want us to move forward as a people, I can't help it because I feel like too many people. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot to gain some. Now, I don't feel like the lives that we're gonna lose.
So the same thing you were just telling me. So you're comfortable with the way everything is.
No.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
What I'm saying is I'm scared. I'm not comfortable.
I'm going girlfriend now. So what you're saying is
shots fired.
What you're saying is I'm not listening to your words. I'm gonna put words into your mouth. So what you're saying is
I can't tell what you're thinking. All right, so
you're comfortable with the way things are right now. The result.
What I'm saying is
the result you want isn't going to come the way you want.
Absolutely. I'm not saying
there's not going to be.
I'm not saying that it doesn't have to happen. I'm saying I just don't want to see it happen. I just don't want people. I just don't want people to die for us to get to a point. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I understand that it has to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It has to happen. I get it. I just don't want to see. I don't.
Just a little squeamish.
I don't want to see a generation of people targeted and killed for us to advance. Now, understand that it's happening now. I still,
It's the same thing that's happening right now.
Yeah, but I
and
don't
we're
have-
not getting anything from it.
I just don't like looking at it, man. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose some people to get ahead.
We definitely are. But
I mean,
like you said,
and-
there's going to be casualties on both sides. And they're not used to it. We're used to it.
Okay.
We're used to casualties and friendly fire, and we're used to all that. They're not. So we'll see how far they let it go once it start happening to them.
Well,
it
I mean,
might be
I definitely
it
think,
might be over quicker than you think, because they're gonna be like, ho.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been holding on to this little piece of power for a very long time. They ain't gonna give it up like that.
But the thing is, it's not even power. It's not even power. Dude, I told you 3 years ago. It ain't even the power. It's the fact that they could just leave us alone. Leave us alone and let us succeed or fail on our own. They can't even do that.
Yeah. Well, all right. So we about to try
by fucking nature, like you said, by fucking nature, they're parasites. They're here to fucking destroy, dude. They destroy everything.
All right, we're gonna try to get our guests on the line. Could you want to do the read real quick? Well, I'll try to line this up, sir. Please and thank you. I promise I will tell your kids about you
So
once you go to Minnesota.
it says support your local small businesses on April 10th at 5510 Pearl Road, Parma, Ohio, 44129, Suite 302. We have Mama Chakra. We have Land of Little Bundles, Sandjoy. We have Sapphire Organics. We have Crash Dynasty. We have Talent and Black Beauty. We have Royal Sugar. We have Bold Desires. We have Pretty Little Charms. We have Light Me Up Candles. We have Casual Killjoy. First 15 shoppers get free t-shirts.
And that's this Saturday, April 11th. We are trying Squeeze, what's the number to call in? Can I get the number to call in?
The number here is 216-772-3393. That's 216-772-3393.
All right, I'm about to get the guest to call in because it didn't work with the Facebook. Could you give me that number one more time, please? You said it like
I can actually. That number is 216-772-3393. That's right, Franchise Cam. If you didn't hear me the first time, it's 216-772-3393.
I feel like the number hasn't changed.
That number has been the same since the beginning.
I feel like the number has not changed.
Yeah, that's what we doing. All right. Y'all know I'll shoot back when you least expect it.
I'm just saying.
We have the call.
All right, pipe the call through. Hello.
Hello there.
Hey, how you doing? This is Jacqueline.
Yes, it is.
Please say your name, your first name, better because I'm.
Is Dr. Jacqueline Herford.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
All right. So you're going to be at the pop-up this weekend, and I know that you're doing a book signing, correct?
I am doing a book signing. Yes, I am.
So tell everybody about your book and and about the pop-up and stuff.
Yes. So my book is actually for the grown and sexy.
Uh-oh.
It's for those who are 18 and over and enter with caution.
Oh Lord. Okay. So I mean,
Yes.
I mean, is it like fiction or just Pornhub?
Yes,
Is it Pornhub?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're gonna be at the pop-up selling the Pornhub book.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a little bit of Pornhub in there. It's a little bit of Pornhub in there, but no. All jokes set aside, what it is it's a fiction book, and it's 30 short stories. It's 30 short stories, and it has a very variety of different stories, and I'll give you a synopsis of one of them. One of them is called The Master Plan, and what it is it's about a slave. she falls in love with her master, and the master's wife, kind of finds out about it, and she threatened her. She caught her in the tub, and she went in there. She whispered in her ear, and she told her, she said, "You stay away from my husband." But it was a little bit of Pornhub in there that you'll read in there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
All
a
right.
little bit of Pornhub in there. So if y'all ain't getting none, you read it with your significant other, and read what happened, what she did with the master's husband in
the
this
tub.
book.
Okay. All right.
In the tub.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
in the tub. So it's a whole lot of stories going on in this book that it might have you a little bit hot and heavy.
Okay. So you are a doctor of what is it? You're a doctor.
I have a PhD in psychology, so I'm a psychologist. So I was sitting up here actually listening to you guys, watching you, reading your minds while you guys were doing your little thing. I was watching you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can dissect moan.
Yep. So
I
I was
already
watching.
know
So
I got mommy issues.
That's what
so
I do.
I got
Yep,
something.
that's
So
what
just
I
give
do.
me like a little bit of what you think about him. I mean, what's up with him? If he was laying on your couch, what would you tell him?
You know what? Just watching the two of you, you guys are very highly educated. Just listening to you, the two of you on the radio, you're highly educated. You were basically running off of each other. So I like to sit and observe people. My daughter tells me all the time, she said, "Mama, you know what? I sit and watch you observe people while they're talking all the time." So you guys, just sitting and watching you guys work well together, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. All right. So you're going to be at the pop-up this weekend. So you have other businesses too, correct?
Actually, I do a little bit of home care. I do finger BCI, FBI checks for the Attorney General's office.
Oh.
So, like, it do your background check, so it tell me if you robbed a couple banks or two.
Huh.
Or three.
You
or
ain't getting
four.
my social, but cool.
Yeah, so that's a little bit, something else that I do. Yeah, actually on the side too.
So
Yeah, and I was born right here in the city of Cleveland. I was born down in King Kennedy Project.
Oh, okay.
Yep, King Kennedy Project. So I was brought up right here in the city of Cleveland.
Down the way all day.
Yep, down the way all day. A lot of people, they say you're an inspiration, Jacqueline, because it's like, in 2009, I almost died. I had major brain surgery. The doctor told me I wasn't going to walk out of that hospital, and I did.
Oh,
I
congratulations
did,
on that.
and I kept going. So yeah.
And that's very
Yep.
inspirational.
All right, so
Yeah.
real quick, I mean, because I want to get your take on the George Floyd situation in the trial. But
Yeah.
you said you were raised down in King Kennedy.
Yep, I was raised down in King Kennedy, and my father took over as a single father. His name is Donald Robinson, and then his ex-wife, Stephanie O'Neill, the O'Neill family, they took over and was a big inspiration of my life, and really took me along the way a lot with majority of my life.
Okay, so
Yes.
after all the things you accomplished, so one day you were sitting at home and you said, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to write Freaky Tales. How did that happen?
Yeah. You know what? And it's funny because it took me 2 weeks to write that book. It took me 2 weeks, and it just happened. I said, I'm about to write Freaky Tales. And it's funny because I said,
She had a bunch of shit stored up.
let me see, I had
stories on deck.
2 weeks,
How can I
30
put it
stories?
without people judging me.
Well, you
You know,
accomplished.
I-
They can judge you all they want.
Yeah, without people judging me, how can I put it? I am bisexual.
Oh,
so,
talk to 'em.
you know, I kind of incorporated that into the book. And then, you know, I'll sit up and I'll have so many different feelings, and I'll just say, well, I can't play it out the way that I want to because I'm a married woman. You know, so I say, well, how can I, since I can't act it the way that I want to, how can I act it the way that I want to? So I put it all in writing, and I just put it all in anger and just say, I'm just going to put it in the book what I want to see. And it's just nasty.
I know your husband.
I'm about to say, do me a favor and fist bump your husband for me when we get off air.
Her husband's about to read the book and say, hey, baby, page 17.
Something. My husband do not mind. He do not mind. He do not mind at all that I'm the way that I am. I can tell you that.
Lucky man.
Now, did he ever
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's read the book. Now, is there a page or two or a story or two, and he'd be like, damn.
My husband said, you are a nasty MF'er. That's what he said.
Hey, shout out to my cousin, man. We not a pickle, man.
What you say? Don't talk about my cousin. Listen, we all them look.
Hey, no, I said shout out to my cousin.
Something else.
No, shout out to him. He not a pickle. We know what we doing.
Is that your cousin for real, Squeeze?
No, her husband is my cousin.
That's right.
Okay,
It's the
that's what's
reason
up.
Why we been together for 7 years? He like
That's right. That's right. Shout out to Cuz. Okay, then.
Okay.
The reason why I married this thing right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what is the title of the book again?
It's called Fiery Ice, and you can actually find it also on Amazon. And actually, the sequel to the book is called Heat Stroke.
Jesus.
That comes out actually on his birthday. It's called Heat Stroke with an STROKES.
I know that's right.
Can you slow down? I'm trying to type all this into my memory so I can look for all this stuff after the show.
Heat stroke. Okay.
Yes, that comes out this June. The sequel to Fiery Ice comes out this
I guess
June.
after the fiery ice, you need some heat stroke. All right, so real quick,
Yes.
like
Yes.
especially with the pandemic and stuff going on. Well, no, before we even get to George Floyd, like with the pandemic and stuff going on, you being in the field that you're in, what are you seeing the most out of people, like with them being quarantined and stuff? What's like the biggest marker or depression? Is that like what you see the most?
Yes, you're actually seeing depression numbers go up. You're seeing divorce numbers go up, and it's because you're spending more time with each other, and it's really, really sad. It's really sad, and I really hate to see it. It actually brings tears to my eyes. You know, those numbers are going to continue to rise as long as we continue to be all congested together in one room. We get tired of seeing each other. You get tired of being underneath each other, you know. So you're seeing sides of people that, you know, when you spend time away from each other, like you have a lot of couples and families that are, you know, they're working from home, so they're spending time in one room together. You know, you're seeing all the different moves and all these things. So you're going to see a lot of increase in depression and divorce and things like that because you're seeing too much of each other.
Do you think it affects the kids more than the adults, or it's about the same?
I think it's both. It has a huge effect, you know, on the children and the adults. You know, the children, they aren't getting out, you know, interacting with other children as much as they used to, and then the adults are more stressed with the children. You know, so it plays an impact on both the adults and the children together. You know, you're going to see a change in mood and behavior in both sides. You know, so everyone has to find some time to get out. You know, even if the husband or the wife or the children, the wife take the kids, they go somewhere, everyone has to make some time to get away. You're going to have to. Else you're going to find yourself declining with depression or even marriage, things like that. You know, you're going to find more divorce, you know, divorce rates getting even higher. You're going to have to find some time to get away. It's just going to continue to increase.
Amen to that. All right, so of course, like right now, the George Floyd trial is going on, and we were, of course, we were talking about it the whole show. What is your kind of take on the whole situation? I know how you probably feel about the murder, but what about the trial, and what do you think the worst outcome is, and then the best outcome?
You know what? I really, please don't judge me for saying it. The George Floyd.
You rode heat stroke. Ain't nobody
trial.
judging you.
Yeah. You know what? Just the whole trial itself. I was listening to you guys say, how did they just go ahead and just pay $27 million off the rip like that? My attitude is this, and I hate to say it like this, and I hate to be ignorant about it. They paid the family, and it's done. I feel like they done paid the family $27 million. Why is this still going on? What difference do it make? How if he had something in his mouth when he passed away, he put his knee on it. To me, it's like, why should anyone care? They paid this family already prior to it. I just feel like there's no purpose.
You don't think the guy should go to jail though? The officer?
I feel like he should do his time. I feel like it's his fault, but I just feel like, why is it going this far? Y'all done paid the family. Let the man do his, like, I just don't understand. They're just doing too much. I just feel like it's just too much,
Okay. Feel that. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Yes, no problem at all. Thank you guys so much for having me. And
if you want to give up the information of the book signing for this weekend, you can.
Yeah, so the book signing will be at 5510 Pearl Road, Parma, Ohio, 44129, Suite 302, April 10th from 12 p to 5 p. We look forward to seeing you guys out there. The first 15 shoppers get a free T-shirt. So we look forward to seeing you guys out there with us, and we are excited about the Poppin' Shop.
That's what's up. And thank you so much again and there's going to be a lot of other vendors there, man. Bring your family out, support black businesses, y'all. Come out there, man. People, just spend a little time, spend some money, and let's just keep this revenue stream going. And thank you so much.
Yes.
And we appreciate you joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. So, just to piggyback off what she was saying.
So we cover my face when people call?
Oh yeah, that was kind of raw. No. So piggyback off something she was saying before we wrap it up, whatever. So it's amazing.
Cover, bro.
I'm just
this stuff going on now. It's extremely polarizing. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you like with her opinion? I'm not saying you take shots at anybody, whatever stuff. But when you hear somebody,
take shots at
I'm just, you know what I mean. Because you're a shooter, you're a sniper. You are horrible. When people don't, I'm gonna say she didn't agree. She's fed up. She's like, it's like she feel like it's just too much. I don't want to say it's too. I'm not gonna say it's too much, but I do think everybody getting their pound of flesh out of this trial, man. Like the news networks and stuff. I feel like this is because Trump gone. They got nothing else to talk about.
I mean, well, the thing is, you have to give a deterrent. Number one, I think this thing should. He should go to jail. It should rip his life apart. It should put the police under a microscope. It should do all the things it's doing. That's all part of the process to me. Okay. So if it take, however long it takes to get justice or to see the outcome, I'm there to see it through, and hopefully this will be the first of a long line of convictions for them doing, shit like that. And like I said, once these cities and these law enforcement agents start to have to pay out of pocket, if you're paying if you start losing, income or lives, they're gonna stop the shit that they're doing.
All right, and so I don't want to completely switch gears, but just kind of on the same thing. I remember when the Capitol riot stuff was happening, and I could, no,
You mean Weekend at Bernie's?
yeah. So I remember the phone calls went like this: my sister, my mother, then you, like, and you all said the same thing, like basically like, Cam, you said this was gonna happen, and I think like now, like watching the riot, I was so amazed at it, and I knew it was gonna happen. I was amazed though that they were able to like go in. I mean, dude, we can't even walk on Augusta. We can't. Black people can't even go to the Masters, and they would see. And there was people sitting in Nancy Pelosi's chair. Dude, somebody stole the computer.
Dude, the Capitol riot, seeing it on CNN. Well, first of all, watching on CNN, watching on Fox. Number one, like seeing how they cover it differently. Like Fox is kind of like it's
Go
not,
get 'em.
It ain't really happening. CNN is telling you what's happening. Don Lemon,
And what my man said, that dumpster fire.
gray hair dude, they're telling you what's happening. Fox is kind of like the Fox was still trying to give you election results. Like,
right.
They weren't even covering the riots, but the actual riots
just
actually see
saying,
them.
Georgia.
To actually see them on TV, it was like kind of like the best Dave Chappelle skit ever. Like,
dude, it was a dude there with horns on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Knowing if it was black people, you can't. Dude, they murdered a lady in front of the Capitol whose car stopped. Like her car stopped and she was having a mental moment. Dude, they murdered her in front of the Capitol, not on the steps, not in the Capitol. They murdered her because she wouldn't remove her car from in front of the Capitol, dude. So for these dudes actually go in there and force their way in there, and dude, it was so. I loved every minute of it because it just shows the hypocrisy. Because that could have never been black faces.
Right. Feel that. All right. Well, thanks, everybody, man. This is our first show back, man. We thank you so much for tuning in, man. We will be back next week, 7 to 8. WeUpRadio.com.
Maybe I'll find some better people to work with.
I am Franchise Cam.
More love.
We holler at y'all next week. Peace.
You didn't even shout out the family. You didn't shout out Squeeze and DJ A and DJ
I ain't seen where's A? Where A at?
A is probably living.
Where you at, A?
I just took off. I left right before y'all came.
You supposed to shout her, bro.
I mean, thanks for all our loyal fans, man, and thanks for all the new fans checking us out for the first time. Trust me, it's gonna be a ride, man.
Y'all did great today, man. It was a great show.
All right, man. We holler at y'all next week. Peace.